There we go. Why is that? I'm sure it's saying it's 1.1 times speed, but all right. All right, I see this. I might just do like this big wall of travertine. I would approximate a vanishing point like somewhere to the left. What I'm really trying to do is reproduce the angle that I see. But over here to the left, there would be a vanishing point for all of these parallel edges that are receding to the left. Okay, that was crooked. All right, that's a little bit better. Oh. Oh. That. That's like that. All right, so even just beginning there, one plane in perspective, the thickness of the wall would be going back. I could say that just by the approximating the angle, I'll just put a vanishing point to the right. I think it's a little bit out of the camera view. I hope not. But it's not that far. So as long as you make it close, everything will be just fine. Here, there's a little section of there's a section of wall there. Makes a corner about there. This is the green marble here. This I think maybe is a little small. Either a little, I guess it's either a little too tall or it's a little too narrow. I think I might make it a little bit shorter. So you see the way I'm drawing is quick and approximate. The faster, if you make a line faster and grip your pencil tightly, then you can make it go more straightly. So try that. Down here, and then this wall comes off of this right vanishing point. Good. There is, I'm just going to say that there's this wall with the opaque glass here. And if I cross diagonals, find center, I can place this mullion about right where it belongs. So, and then there is a more marble here. This comes forward. Like that. I can even just sketch that in. Columns. The columns are like just to the side of this wall. Start them just like as a rectangular. And this should be going down and down. It's a steeper angle to the left than to the right. Once I have this column, so like if I do like the height of this, I kind of approximated the height if I establish this as the bottom right here, I can go in perspective over to this dark wall, straight up to the top of the wall. So they go over, run into the wall, go up to the top, and then out in perspective. And the top of this column will actually be about there. That was just too high. I assumed incorrectly. I'm going to bring this out here because this column that sits at the edge of the carpet is aligned with it in perspective. And I can do that too. And I'm going to do approximate, even just like put in one line. If I want to try doing this where I draw the edge of the carpet and see where the carpet intersects the orangey stone wall. It's a little bit, I could maybe make this a little bit longer. Small maybe. So there, I guess, in terms of the objectives of this drawing, one of the things I want you to be able to do is look at this picture and reproduce the general linear perspective of the picture, which would be reproducing the position of the person that took the photograph. So that's eye level and position in the interior. If you don't have all your angles 100%, well, that's not the worst thing. This actually might be more accurate. That's good. That column there in better proportion with some of the rest of this. This is an exterior column. They're mullions. Okay. All right, I'm getting the general layout. One place I can look, I see like there's kind of like a shape to the floor right here, and it looks pretty good. So if I can see this corner, this like little corner cut in here. So it's kind of like if you can see like if you've got it drawn about right, then like the negative shape or like the shape that you see of the floor will be about accurate. Okay. I can just try like the top of those Barcelona stools over there. This wall should be higher. Good. Like that. Good. How's this look so far? A little wavy.
Looks great.
Thank you. Okay. Now, let's see my furniture. You can see that the like the top of the chair that's closest to the viewer, you see like how much of the carpet you see above it. So it's about like here, maybe even a little bit higher. But that would be like the same for both of the chairs. I see a little bit of floor there, and I see one of these stools. So like this is not like, I've been drawing for a little bit here, but I'm not doing any detail yet. I'm still just working out where I place everything. And I might find that there are some, you know, errors in my initial setup. And if I really had to, I could, um, come back and correct them. Directly down, the seat of this chair is about, it's like right about there. There. So like this curve of the back of the chair, if I were to keep going, I hit that wall about there. So kind of like, once I establish this wall, it can help me to create, like establish the position of the chair because I do it in relation to the wall. Okay, knees will eventually curve. Um, now the legs of the Barcelona chair are challenging. This, like if you want straight down from here, you get to the back of the leg, and then here straight down from the seat, you get to the front of the leg. And there's this X here, and this curve that just is like half of an X, and then this just curves up the back. Like that. That's nuts. And there's not enough pitch. This chair has a notoriously steep pitch to the seat and to the back, making it at times difficult to get out of. The chair, Mies van der Rohe is given credit for a lot of this work, but a woman named Lily Wright was his collaborator on a lot of his early projects and work that he did when he was still in Germany up until 1938. When he finally had to leave because the Nazis wouldn't let him do anything, um, because he had an association with the Bauhaus Institute, even though Mies himself always said that, I'm not political, I don't care about politics, I just want to build architecture. I just want to make buildings. But um, they didn't really seem to care that much about whatever he said. It goes over, yeah, it goes up the wall a little bit. So you can see the kind of like the softness of the upholstery. Modern, the chairs designed and like the chairs that are made by Knoll, the this like tufted leather is all one piece and it's pulled a lot more tightly. These were hand sewn, from what I understand, one panel at a time. So this is all like this is extremely expensive, like costly. Like the labor cost for this chair is very high. So when Knoll started manufacturing it, they simplified the process so that it could be mass produced, and they wouldn't have to. I mean, they already charged like $10,000 or something like that for these chairs. So that's all based on reputation and cultural uh, uh, cachet, I guess you could say. All right. Okay. That's not bad. I can live with that. Okay. Get that a little bit bigger. Okay. There's a stone, grid of stone, like big stone slab tile. The hell? Oh yeah, this is all just like one great thing. These are big rectangular pieces of tile. Or are they? And I think there's a seam here that I'm missing. Anyway, now don't worry, don't put too much, don't stress out about the grid of the tile floor. Some kind of thing there. Anyway, that's fine. You get the idea. Um, there's a cross, like there are seams in the stone here. Once I establish this big rectangle, I'll cross to the diagonals. Sure. Center. I'm going to just approximate this like an extra section here. Um, and then center, it goes through from the vanishing point through the center, because the middle might not be right at the horizon line. It isn't. It's a little bit higher than horizon line. Okay. Let's see, there's another column. It actually was past the wall. If this does not go down so quite so far. Okay. That. All right. Next, so yeah, at some point you can start to clean up some of your edges and sharpen up some of the contour lines so that you can see more clearly. Right. Right. And you know, with a freehand sketch, you could get away with just like a maybe like a double line there and not worry too much about the volume. You can see a little bit of volume of the aluminum or the frame around this opaque glass, but it's so small where it's at in my drawing. I can only do so much to draw it. If you're using a gray marker, and you want to, at some point, you want to like just go over this with some marker, a little like just like swipe of light gray marker, like even like the N0 over the graphite, it would do it. That would be enough. Here's some scribble for my marble, the end of the marble slab. There's some reflection here. This is actually comes out longer, but I'm going to leave it alone. There's a reflection of, there's like a window over here. This needs to be taller. There. It's kind of really too much about. There's a reflection in the marble right here. Actually, all of this gets reflected in the marble. That can get a little bit tough to read. I think the column is more like there. Reflection of the column there. Okay. Well, if I had to, I'd come and sharpen up this area over here. All right. Give me just a moment. I'll let you draw for a second. I gotta go see what Rocky is doing in there. All right. Any questions about this so far? Okay.
Duffy, I just have a quick question.
Yes.
How long after you finish recording is it going to be uploaded to Blackboard?
It'll take a minute for it to finish it on my like get it on my computer, and let's see, if we finish at 7, hopefully I'll have it, it'll be ready by 9.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's do this. Okay, good.
Professor Duffy,
Yeah,
is it okay if we don't have like some of it in the picture?
yes, it is okay.
Because I think I went a little bit too like at the end it's like I can't get the rest of it in.
Yeah, it's get as much as you can. So one of the objectives here is getting the the sketching process down. So that's I think that's a little bit more that's as important as anything else. Sorry about that. Try to get this out here. What the heck? Oh, sorry. I'm trying to reposition this, and the cord that just became unplugged. Give me a second. All right, maybe I should just stop goofing around with it. Just want to get a better view of it. Okay, I'll quit goofing around. Probably see this well enough. Okay. So here, right. With these guys, there's a stool. Stool here. And then there's a stool there. So the stools, I'm just going to start them out as like just boxes. Um, Even just for like the position on here. There's this darker Nice. Back and sharpen up some detail later. It's okay. How about this stone? If I do like so here. You can see there is this kind of like they've matched up the pattern in the stone on some of these joints, at least as best they can. And this is something where you would just make it as just like an approximation of the pattern in the stone is just fine. That's and then like if I needed more detail, I might do more with marker in there. Okay. Let's see. Um, there. Hmm. Okay. Back to this. And then we have shadow. Here, some shadow here. There's the roof. And then there's the exterior courtyard. There's grass. There are columns, mullion, and then trees and plants, and other plants out there. That's good. A little bit of a reflection. Use the eraser to get some of the surface of the floor. and do that in perspective. That's nice. Getting down to some more detail here. If I need to, I'm going to come back and do some more detail on this column. What I'm doing here on the end of the stone is I'm just drawing like side of the pencil. I'm holding the pencil with my fingertips and my ends of my fingers and thumbs so I can get it laid down right on its side, and then just quick kind of like dig with the pencil, and then overall that other drawing that looks decent. So some of this, like, like shading or like the surfaces, if you do something that's just that is deliberate, that looks like you meant it, not just like scribble as if you don't know what to do. I mean, maybe you don't know what to do, but don't tell people by just throwing something in there that's ill-considered. I think the truth is a lot of people don't know exactly what to do. You just figure out ways to make it look as if you do. Or you spend a long time working on something, um, and then you refine it so that it looks like it didn't take you that much time. And then you don't tell them how much time it took. You just let them think that you just threw it together, no problem. The one of those early leaders of the U.S., Benjamin Franklin, apparently, I read his biography. It was actually his autobiography that he published when he was alive back, what, like late 18th century, maybe early 19th. But he shared one of his secrets that one of the secrets to his reputation. He had a printing business in Philadelphia before he got involved in politics. And he used to leave like candles burning in his shop all night. He had the shades, like the curtains or like shades drawn. Um, so you couldn't see inside, but you could see that there were candles burning in there, leading people to believe that Ben Franklin would be up all night working. He went to bed and he let people think that he was up all night working. So that was part of how he developed his reputation, is he just made stuff up and let people believe it. So all that to say is you don't have to tell people like, something was really difficult, or, if it looks like you just got it and like you just know what you're doing, let them believe it, even if you feel like you're not sure. Because if you show them something that they like, then you probably do know what you're doing. Okay. So here, the graphite I'm using is kind of soft, and it's getting to where I'm starting to smear it a lot with my hand. So I think I'm going to make this a little bit nicer here. Okay. How's it look so far? Decent?
Great.
I think I'm getting a decent
That's
facsimile.
good.
I think it might not be quite wide enough, but if your drawing is like at this stage and you think like, oh no, it's not wide enough, just leave it. Unless it's like really like weirdly narrow. Because this, I think this is good. I mean, this is good enough in terms of proportion. Then I think I'm going to come across here. You know, I can think of like, where do I have this? These benches will be not too much of a challenge. I mean, the base of this is kind of the same. The way these like, you know, like it's really very much like an Egyptian stool with this, like, you know, if you have like, here's the, like the side, like this, like a side elevation of that stool. Get your diagonal there. There's the middle. It starts flat underneath the seat, curves toward the center, and then flattens out for the floor. Just like that. Seeing that in perspective, like that center, you find that center by going across the diagonal, finding the middle, and then no matter how you got to bend it, just go through the middle. This one here, you come lower so you can set it down on the floor. Kind of like that. This is not quite the same proportions as that, but you get the idea, I hope. Here in this chair, there is a metal, like the leg, like the flat, like the leg piece comes up. It's flat to the back, and then it goes up, and then comes back down. So it's like that, and then these leather straps are slung over it. So you would erase there. I think it can just be helpful to see like what is the, like what are you, like, you know, like, you know, try to figure out what you're looking at. I think I don't quite see it that way, but I'm going to shade a little bit between the straps. There's like a flat piece of leather underneath all that structure. So you can see there are, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straps going here. So my chair is not wide, not as wide as what I see in the photo. So that's a way to sort of figure out like what that should look like. They're also like, the straps are also closer together than I started drawing them here. So if I want to get the straps right, I'd work on that. But you know, you could just say like, it's the Barcelona chair, you get the idea. And if I make it look enough like it, I don't necessarily have to have all 8 of those straps there. Let's try this guy. There, so like that's sketch right there. That's good. You could stop right there. Contour, that's right there. Okay, yeah. Straighten this guy right here. There's some places where it's like you're not entirely clear on how this turns, but this does. And what you're seeing right here is like the back piece comes down. It would keep on going, but you also have the back leg come down. So, in terms of like sketching it, so there you can get the volume of it so that there's some width to this. And here you really don't see the width much because it turns and you see the top. Yes, it's a challenging chair to draw, especially just this bit. Um, you know, you could look up specs on this chair. You can find them easily on the internet. Um, so, but that's what's here. But I'm abbreviating this because I'm drawing a sketch of it. So good. Um, this seat is really not very thick. It's curved slightly. Okay. It's actually lighter on this surface right here. Yeah, there are floor to ceiling windows all around this building. Oh, this is not bad. If I work on this for another half hour, maybe an hour, I clean up some of these edges, not all of them. I'd like you to maintain a certain sketch quality without being too approximate. So like here, I'm trying to get a little bit of the volume of the leg. I want to get the suggestion of the straps in the back here. That's good enough. That right there, I think is pretty good for one of the stools. Um, if you have this like draw with the side of the pencil. That's pretty good. That's better than it was. You know, this green wall is a similar kind of a thing. There's a pattern, and you want to approximate that pattern. So there are three sections in it. Let's see, it's darker. It's funny. Let's see, here's a seam. There's a seam, there's a seam. I can do like that. Eraser. But this is definitely, there's enough detail in that stone that I wouldn't worry too much about reproducing all of it. I mean, there's a darker section here. It's darker in the middle. Going up. Perfect. Picture that. But I'll probably just make it darker because it's darker than that wall. Okay. What do you think of that? Good? All right, I'm going to stop the recording now.